Good morning, stackers. Well, afternoon, actually. Here is a precious metals update for Tuesday, the 27th of May, 2025, brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com, with me, Joe Main. Here is gold on the daily time frame, priced in USD 3,338 using the tradingview.com website. Not a lot to say. Still in the range that we talked about yesterday. It has yet to break out of significantly, and it only did a tiny little bit with that little wick there, out of the 0.618 from this high and this low. That's an area we need to get out of. Basically, it needs to do one of two things. It needs to get out of there, bounce off there, and onwards and upwards we go, quite likely. Or if we do fail, and we break down through 3,265-ish, then find resistance, then very likely we come back down to this area here, which is about 3,200-ish. You would want to see that bounce off pretty quickly. Again, one test of that trend line. The more times you test the trend line on the upside or the downside, the more likely it is to be taken out. So preferably a quick bounce off there would be nice. If it doesn't, then downwards we go. So trading range, not a lot to say. Yeah, that's pretty much gold. Silver, just ranging again, it is $33.35 US cents. The great thing about it is still above the 0.382 from this low and this high. It's very, very bullish, okay? This is completely fine. We had this move down to the 0.382 to the zag zone, and it found it exactly as support twice, okay? And that's a double bottom too. So look at that there and there, beautiful move. And we're hovering around this high here of $33.70. My bet is sometime within the next couple of weeks, something like that, give or take, unless something happens, we clear through here and back down. That wouldn't be great. But very likely we do see the break here of 33.70, which will see the break probably very quickly of that 35 kind of level, and then 35, as we've been talking about, break 35 pretty much onwards to 50, and then 50 price discovery, and then Bob's your uncle. We're looking very, very good for silver. Just got to get over that final boss of 35-ish. Great to see us hovering around the resistance here. The more times you hover at resistance, the more likely it is to be taken out. That's silver. Platinum, I would be expecting a dip from here. Why? Well, it's just had a huge move. It's looking like we're coming out of accumulation mode. You wouldn't say we're 100% there just yet, but look at this massive move. I'll show it to you that's the daily. Let me show you the weekly. And look at it. It's a beautiful move. Now, we have seen these moves before, so we really do need to clear here. Call it 1,120. On balance of probability, look a little, maybe the next 24, 48 hours, we see a bit of a dip. Why? Because we've rocketed up so much. Let me show you between here and here. We'll probably do there and there. That's pretty good. I would suggest where you would want to preferably find support at is at the top end of the zag zone. Okay, so that's right here. So preferably, to show really good strength, preferably no lower than about there. That's at around about 1,020 US dollars. So bounce off there. Hey, if you bounce off the 0.236, even better. And then I think, and look, it could be wrong, of course, but it feels like the next time we visit this downtrend line right here, it's quite likely going to be taken out. Could be wrong, I've said this kind of stuff before, and, Lucy in the football has done it to me many, many times, but it's looking great for platinum. Just expect a little bit of short-term resistance, okay? Because we've had a huge move. So, yeah, down to there-ish would be nice. Anywhere down to there. So let's take a look at the gold to silver ratio. That's sitting at around about 100, as it's been doing for quite some time. As you know, as this goes down, silver is outperforming gold. As this is going up, gold's outperforming silver. You've had gold, had its time in the sun for a while. It broke out of this area here, headed up to about 105, 106. That was a quick move, though. We saw a liquidity grab as such, right? And then back down. So just been ranging around this 100 level for quite a while. So I'm just going to say it's indeterminate for me which way it goes. Not a lot of data to suggest one way or the other. And what else we look at? Maybe quickly, Rhodium. If anyone's interested in Rhodium, this might be one to consider. It is the XRH0. It's listed on the London Stock Exchange, and it's a 1/10 of the price tracker, okay? Because you don't want to buy physical rhodium. It's really hard to get. and the fees are terrible and all that kind of stuff. So basically, it is hovering at decent support. Okay, we have found support here, and it's bouncing off support at that 525 level. Okay, if it can do the following, which is remain as support, crack through here, and then for me, it's cracking through right there at about 700 US dollars. I think I even have an alert there. I have an alert up here. If it can crack through there, it's looking very good. So you might be considering taking a position in Rhodium too. You also need to consider, is it outperforming the other ones? Okay, so you always want to be on the one that's outperforming. It looks like at the moment, platinum is the big outperformer. It's having its little moment in the sun. So keep checking out platinum and stay updated by subscribing to me. Anything else we need to show you? Let's see, gold and silver miners. So let's take a quick look at gold miners right here. This is the GDX, which is the gold miners index. Looking a little toppy there, I would say. Look, we're getting into overbought on the monthly time frame, but you can certainly have, spend a lot of time up there. On the weekly, yeah, maybe we're almost starting to reset on the RSI. On the daily, yeah, look, it's just trading that range between about 65 and 85 US dollars. Obviously, you just want to break that 85 US dollars, and then you would see a quick move, I would imagine, probably up to this uptrend line here. And that's at it's at the 2.618 Fibonacci from this high and this low as well. So right up about there-ish. So watch out for later on down the track, around about $115, $116 as a potential area of resistance, of major resistance. Not saying it's going there 100% right now. On the weekly, yeah, still trending down. Anyway, that's the GDX. Let me show you the SIL, and this is the Silver Miners Index. Where are we? Right there. SIL right here is at $42.66. Now, the market is not open at the moment because it's Memorial Day in the United States, so they're not trading at the moment. And you can see very clearly we are coming so close to breaking that resistance, and I would suggest, mate, once we do, it's looking very, very good. You can have a very quick, in my opinion, move, like a 45% move up to the 0.618 from this high and this low. So, when I say quick, that's a weekly time frame. So you're talking, end of the year kind of thing, end of November, start of December, something like that. But can have a pretty decent move. And you would just want to watch out here at the 0.5 because this is a level where there is some trapped money right there, and it's also massive resistance previously. So yeah, you do want to watch out for that too. That's at that 55 level. So hey, if you played it from here, you could do that, and you could make just a nice little 25%. That's not bad. That's just by holding the Silver Miners Index, not buying individual silver stocks, your silver mining stocks, your increasing your risk there. This Silver Miners Index, not a bad little play. And I'll just quickly remind everyone, and we love the physical here at Good Morning Stackers, of course, but you do want to keep an eye out on the ratios, okay? So very quickly, you've got the Silver Miners Index versus silver. We did talk about this just the other day, and it's continuing to break out. So this answers the question, is it better to be in silver miners in general, or better to be in the physical silver? And there are points where, hey, it's much better to have physical silver than the silver miners. Okay, up here it was better to swap your silver miners for physical silver. So you have some physical silver up here, then you get dirt cheap silver mining stocks down here. Okay, and then you play this wave. Imagine increasing your stack by holding some silver miners, not your entire stack, right? You hold your core stack of precious metals, silver, but imagine just putting a little bit of it in silver miners and then increasing your physical holdings. Isn't that amazing? And look at this massive bottom that we've got going on here. And then it looks like we're just about breaking out here at that 1.27 level. We're at 1.28 right now. Once that clears properly, and you'd really want to say, look, please clear above here at 1.31, then you would suggest, look, it's looking very good for a move up to at least there at 1.72. That's not a bad little move. That's about 30%. Not too bad. Okay, so there are times where being in silver mine is not a bad idea. Keep watch of that ratio, or subscribe to me and I will keep watch of it for you. That is the quick precious metals update, again brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, best bullion dealer in all of Australia, and of course mastering the markets. If you want to learn how to be a better investor or even a full-time trader, check out their courses as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been the Quick Metals Update. My name is Joe Main. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and I'll see you on a live show very soon.